Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. I'm Nicole with the Bushel and Designs, and today we're working on a copper monochromatic glitter foil cheetah spot distress tumbler. I feel like this is just like an epitome of some of my all-time favorite designs. I love foil, I love cheetah and leopard spots, and I love a good distressed foily tumbler. So I brought it all together, and I love anything that's monochromatic. So I just brought it all together in one tumbler. I glittered this with a Diamonds and Dust glitter. I think it was fake bake. I'm gonna have to go downstairs and double check, so I will leave that information down in the description box. I glittered it, epoxied it until it was smooth, and then out of removable vinyl, I added these cheetah spots. And then I am taking this paint. It's like a patina paint I got in a set a really long time ago on Amazon. I will leave that link down in the description box as well. And it had this beautiful coppery color, so I'm just using, once again, my favorite painting palette tool, which is my finger, and I just put on a glove, and after I put on the removable cheetah spots, I'm just going all over this tumbler with this paint in just random distressy areas. I don't want to cover up all of this glitter because I still want to see some of this beautiful glitter, and this tumbler is going to have several layers of elements, so I'm just going in some random spots but giving it a good covering at the same time. I really love this paint. It's really soft and easy to work with, but it gives really great coverage and has a beautiful metallic finish. And then once I'm all done with the paint, I set it aside and let it dry completely. And then I'm going to be adding some foils. So I just took a paintbrush and I am just the same concept as the paint. I'm just randomly adding places to add this foil. I am adding my Artistic Painting Studios foil glue. I finally got some in, so I'm so excited to be able to use it again. And again, I don't want to cover up all this beautiful glitter, and I don't want to cover up all that beautiful paint, so I'm just randomly going in and adding places where I want a touch of foil. I am using this little bit darker foil from Artistic Painting Studio. It's like a darker copper color. I'm going to be adding some other foils in the copper family later on, so I just wanted something that was a little bit darker for this layer. And then once I am happy with the coverage of this foil, I'm going to go in and peel up all of those removable vinyl cheetah spots. After I got all those peeled, I sprayed it with a coat of clear glossy spray paint just to make sure that there was no sticky residue left over from the foil glue, and then I gave it a coat of epoxy, and then I am going to just add some outlines to a few of the cheetah spots. I just wanted to add one more texture element, and I had a copper colored matte finish vinyl in my drawer. I only had a little bit of a piece left, so I just cut some spots, some spot outlines, and I'm just going to randomly just outline a few of them, and then we are going to move on to this next step. When I was peeling up those outline pieces, I decided that I didn't want the inside portion to go to waste, so I used a few of them and added those solid pieces with each cluster of cheetah prints just to tie in the outline portion and the solid pieces together to kind of give it a cohesive look. And then after that, we're going to go in and add, yet again, some more foils. The same idea as the last time I added the foils. I don't want to cover up all the beautiful glitter, and this time I don't want to cover up the glitter, the paint, and the other foils, so I'm just adding in some random spots, not quite as heavy. Each layer of element that I'm adding, it's a little bit less, but together they all enhance each other. So I added a few spots of the Artistic Painting Studios foil glue, and then I did heat it with my heat gun because I am just impatient and I need that sucker to just be dry immediately. So I dried it, and then I am adding in this much lighter copper colored foil, also from Artistic Painting Studio, and it is just beautiful. It ties it all in together, and I just am loving the way this monochromatic look is coming together. Y'all know that I just love mixing textures and colors, especially when they're the same color, because it just, I feel like even though everything is the same color, every different element and texture stands out on its own because it is a slightly different shade, but it all just works together to make it this beautiful tumbler. And sometimes, because I just don't know when to stop, I pulled out the foil flakes that I had in the color copper. When I was looking for all my copper stuff, I just kept pulling things out of my drawers, and I was like, oh, I have to use that. Oh, I have to use that. So this is the last element that we're going to be adding, but I love that it was another different texture because it's foil flakes, and they just added different texture to the tumbler, and also they were a little bit different of a shade of copper. So we're once again adding in one more shade, and this time to add the foil flakes, I am just using my big old glue stick here, and I love it because when it's purple it's wet, and when it's clear it's dry. So I just add that also in random spots. This time I am covering up just a little bit of the cheetah spots, and that's okay because it's not enough that I'm covering them up completely. So I'm just going to go around, apply that to the wet glue stick, and then once it's dry, because this glue stick does dry fairly quickly, once it's dry, I'm just going to take my finger and brush off any of the excess foil flakes. After that, I gave it another coat of clear glossy spray paint, and then I went in and gave it 2 final coats of epoxy. I really debated if I wanted to add a decal or a stain, but I just could not figure out the perfect thing for this, and I felt like it might take away from the overall design. It's kind of a simple design, but yet it's complicated at the same time. It's simply complicated because it has a lot going on, but it's simply a simple design at the same time. So I hope that y'all are inspired in some way, and I love the way this tumbler came out. It's just my love language, I guess you could say, is all of these textures and elements together in one place. So I hope that y'all have been inspired, and don't forget, if you want to join my mentorship group, I will leave the link down in the description box, and as usual, I will leave a link to all of the places that you can find me, all of the products that I used, and I hope that y'all have a good week, and I will be back, I think this week, with an extra added tutorial. I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.